Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 74. And, wow, it is Wednesday morning, April 2nd. And last night I published my April Fool's episode and started getting emails almost instantly overnight from people. And it was funny. I was trying to think about what to do for it, and it just came naturally. I was trying to force it, and I couldn't think of anything. And then the situation just arose where I had an opportunity to do something. I wasn't sure about it, and I tried to imagine what would happen both ways, and it just came naturally. So that was kind of fun. Yesterday still made decent money, about $1,000 locally, but lost a bunch of money on the other stuff that I'm doing, so overall still ended up slightly below even. Today we're going to go for a longer trip. I do have at least one meeting. Actually, I believe I have two meetings, but one of them is a group of engineers, and whether I'm there or not, they're really not going to notice. Let's see here. Yeah. And the one meeting I have is only a half hour long this afternoon, so feeling good about that as long as no one else adds anything else. But tomorrow, I've got three meetings, and I believe the first one, I'm double parked on one meeting, so I'll only be able to go to one of those, and then I'll probably go ahead and do the early morning one that I usually skip because there were some things that came up yesterday that I mentioned in front of that group of over 100 people in chat, and I want to kind of give them an update about what happened. So this morning it is 43 degrees, nice and early. I've been feeling a little bit groggy the last couple days. I don't know if I'm sick, if I'm just a little under the weather, or what's going on, but I'm going to drink a lot of fluids this morning and hopefully feel better by the time I reach my first casino. I'm also going to have to stop for gas about halfway to my first casino, and then probably just before I get home this evening. So yeah, that's where we are right now. The casino that I visited yesterday started banning anyone that made a profit last year and was their top tier. Not banning, actually, that casino was taking away all the free play from those people and annoyed a bunch of people already, at least two people that I know, and I hear a lot of other people. And one of the casinos I'm going to this morning, the second casino I'm going to reach, has already banned a couple hundred people, and they're taking away the ability to earn free play from other APs that they know of. So luckily for me, I don't use a card there, and I don't have any kind of bad image there at all. So hopefully that means that I'm going to be able to pick up more money, but you never know. I also heard that they've doubled the number of people watching the floor. They set those people up so that they could start paying attention to who's checking machines so that they could ban those people. So that's what's going on right now, and a little stuffy here, hopefully not getting sick, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I'm back. I just stopped for fuel a few minutes ago, and as soon as I left that exit, got back on the highway, it started raining, and I was like, okay, no big deal. Luckily I wasn't standing in the rain pumping gas. And then I see some police lights on, and I look over and there's a car off the road, and I'm like, I wonder how that happened. And then I look in front of me. Yeah, wow. I look in front of me and there's another car off the road, and I look down and I notice that there's some kind of something on the road. It's not snow. I think there was some hail here. It's still on the road. The temperature has dropped dramatically. Right now it's 36 outside, so it could be hail, because when it's hail, the temperature above the ground is less than 32 degrees, and the rain gets blown up and then frozen and then back down. It gets heavy and then blown up, and that's how hail is produced. And yeah, there's hail all over the highway here. I gotta take it easy here. Just dropped my speed to 60 and still dropping it. Now I'm seeing cars in front of me with their hazard lights on, and I see police lights on in front of me. So okay, now we're down to 40, and looks like we're merging into one lane. There must be some kind of a accident up here. Is it really that bad though? I mean, I don't want to see, trying to use my brakes here. I'm not having any issues slowing down, so, but looks like we're about to stop. So now the only thing I'm concerned about is the truck behind me not stopping in time. We're down to 20 miles an hour, and just trying to see around this guy. Yeah, the lane up there is definitely closed. So all right, well, we're going to take it easy here, take the safe way, and just slow it down a little bit until we get past this section here. It is still 36 degrees, so whatever happened must have happened just in the last 10 or 15 minutes, and it must have been devastating because there's so much hail on the side of the roads. Yeah, I mean, the water's not frozen around here. The puddles are not frozen, the road's not frozen, but there's just slippery hail on the road. So anyway, this is going to slow us down a little bit, but we should still be fine, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, we are back, and the weather went from hail to hail no. I actually just waited until it got better, but it was raining so hard that I was down to about 20 miles an hour again, and right now it's lightened up a little bit, but it is pretty treacherous out here right now. No more hail on the ground, or no snow on the ground, nothing like that, but it's just raining very hard, and it was so bad there was a car about 50 or 60 feet in front of me and I couldn't see it. So right now my wipers are still going as fast as they can, and we're going to continue on our trip here. Let me see, I'm about 33 miles away from my first stop, and I've got a meeting starting in about 8 minutes. I can do it while I'm driving because I'll be 99% of the time just listening, so I'm going to do that and continue my trip, and by the time the meeting is over I should almost be at my first stop. So, well, depending on speed, if we go back down to 20 again, it may take a while, but that's what's happening right now, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, almost an hour later, still in traffic, 5 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour at this point, and you can hear the rain even at 3 miles an hour. We're almost stopped on the highway. I saw a wrecker drive by, a tow truck for semi-trucks drive by about 20 minutes ago, and I still have not reached wherever the accident is, so I think I've got a long way to go here. I haven't pulled up the map yet, but I suspect it's going to be a long one here. I was on my meeting until just a little bit ago, and I'll check out, let me see if I can see around here. Well, I see police cars about a half mile up, so we might be getting close to the end of this. Hopefully we do, because I need to get moving here, and I need to get back to town in time to see one of my kids at a sporting event. So I really don't want to take out any of the casinos I'm supposed to visit today. I want to maximize my profits, but depending on how the weather is, I may either have to miss the event or be late to the event, so hopefully not, but I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. So the weather continues to be terrible. I finally made it to this casino. Temperature is still really low in the mid 30s and very cold outside. Lots of precipitation, lots of accidents. That one slowdown I was just in, that last recording I did, was another semi that had gone off the road. The first semi had overturned, the second semi was just off the road. A few cars off the road, so very dangerous conditions out. So I don't know what's going to end up happening today. I'm hoping I don't get trapped anywhere. I don't want to miss my kids' sporting event, but you know, I may have to, just depending on safety. So for now, I'm going to continue on. I'm only at my first stop. I have a meeting coming up in about a little over 3 hours. So hopefully I'll be in and out of my second spot quickly so that I can attend that meeting and then move on. Hopefully still have enough time to get back for that sporting event. So that's what's going on right now. Lots of lightning, lots of thunder. I'm talking about like a lightning strike every 30 seconds. It's pretty bad. Thunder that will like make that make the thundering noise for 30 seconds, like an unusual amount of time. But hopefully things clear up here in a little bit. I walked into this place and it was pretty deserted, but I could tell nobody had been here in a while to check stuff. I found one play right away. I had a little bit of free play, wasted all of it on that, and still lost money on it. And it was a 50-cent play. I mean, it was a tiny play, should have lasted under 20 spins, and went on and on and on. So I was down, I don't know how much, maybe $16 or something at the end of that play. And then moved on and found another play. And this machine had a big play on 2 different levels. And I had bought in for a total of $40 today. And with that one, I was ahead over 200. And then continued on, found a couple small plays that lost money. One of them lost about $3, one lost about $1. And that's all I could find. But I could tell that nobody had been here because a lot of the marginal plays that some of these other guys take and I don't take were all here. So then on my way out, I just finished up looking in the high limit area. I was getting ready to leave, and I hear this guy say, "Joe, what are you doing?" And I'm like, oh man, this guy. So I talked to him for a minute, and I let him know, you're in here all day. This specific casino that we're in is one of the ones that's been kicking people out for staying all day and just checking machines all day. And so he was a little aggravated, but this guy is almost homeless as it is. I know he's on some kind of government aid, and he takes the bus to the casino and spends the day there and takes the absolute last bus lots of times back home. In fact, at one point, you'll recall the guy that was in the city bus when the city bus got hit by a car being chased by police, and he ended up in the hospital. And he milked that as long as he could. He stayed in the hospital as long as he possibly could. And then when he got out, he was in the casino for over a week. And I saw him a week after he got out of the hospital, and he's still wearing the hospital slippers around the casino. So for a week, he slept and stayed and did everything at the casino somehow. Anyway, right now, weather is getting really bad again. People with their hazard lights on again. And so I'm going to focus on the road, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So, again, almost got in a fight with a pit boss and a dealer this time. It was absolutely insane the way that these people think. They are physically robbing people at this point. They actually stole money at this point from me. Let me explain what happened here as I'm walking back to my car angrily, shaking my fist at the sky like some old man. I go into this place, everything is fine. I'm in a good mood, everything is good. I got through all the bad traffic. I got through all the bad weather. Everything is fine. I get here nice and safe and cozy, and everything's awesome. I got plenty of time before my meeting happens. I go in, and I'm looking for a blackjack table to play. I'm looking at slots first, and slots go very poorly. And I only had a couple plays and lost on both of those, and lost like $87 at that point on slots. That's fine. I go to play blackjack. I sit down at a low limit table. It's the only low limit stay 17 table they have in this place. So I want this table. I sit down, I start playing. Everything's good. The count starts going up. And a guy wants to sit down. Oh my God. Can you just wait for a minute? Then I lose like 4 hands in a row with a good count. And he's like, I'm going to sit down and change your luck around. Really? That's what you're trying to do? You're really looking out for me? Or you're looking for a reason for yourself to get in there because you don't want to be watching me play. You want an excuse to play, so you say, oh, I'm going to get in there and change your luck. I didn't realize you were so lucky. You should sell your services to people. I make luck for you. Pay me money. That's what you should do. You should have your own company selling luck. And then people can pay you. You don't even have to play. You can just sit next to them like some hooker and just get paid for just sitting next to them and smiling. That's what you should do, because you're so lucky you're going to change my luck around. Now you know how I feel a little bit about that. You're not going to change my luck around. So this always happens, and I don't know why, but this always 100% of the time happens at this casino, at this table. I'll be on third base, someone will come on first base, first hand, guaranteed 100% of the time. That person will get a 10 and the dealer will get an ace, which means I would have had a blackjack on the next hand. But that's okay, right? I'm cool. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. I'm staying cool. The count's good. I'm raising my bets. I'm playing. And then with him there, you know, obviously, he's eating up my good cards. The count starts going down, and I end up having to leave. So, I mean, I spread from, that's not right. I don't know what I spread. From 25 to 150, I believe, is what I spread on that one. Might have been higher than that, but my notes are wrong here. It says 50. Anyway, at my high point, I was ahead like 525. I ended up leaving because the count went severely negative, plus 325. And the guy was so slow, playing 2 side bets and just taking his time. One of these people that just drives me nuts, where they get change between every hand. If you want to play nickels, get $50 in nickels. Get $100 in nickels, but don't play 4 nickels on each of the 2 side bets. It makes no sense. Play a quarter, play a nickel. Why do you play 4 and have to get change every time? I don't understand it. I end up leaving that table ahead 325, right? Now, when it was really getting negative, I was looking for an excuse to get up. And this Indian lady comes to the table, and she's looking around the table. And I'm like, what are you looking for? And she's like, oh, it's okay. I lose something. It's okay. And then she leaves. Then she comes back, and then she leaves. Then she comes back. I said, lady, what are you looking for? I'll help you find it. Oh, I lost a purple stone. Oh, you lost a purple stone. Okay. Well, color me up. I'm going to help her find this purple stone. So she walks away, and the guy said that her husband was sitting at first base. So I walk over by first base, and I put my head down near the carpet, and I see this purple stone. It's about the size of a marble. It's oddly shaped, like one of those weird dice that people play with. And it's like a really nice, fine, like soft stone, right? So I take it over to her and walk away. So at this point, I'm getting ready to pack it in. I'm like, I really want to keep playing here. The action is good. I still have time before my meeting. So let me just go around and look again. I walk around to find another table, but they're halfway through the shoe. I walk around, cash out my voucher, come back around, and he's still halfway through the shoe. A guy had just come to the table, and he's playing 2 side bets and tipping the dealer every hand. I'm like, my head's going to explode if I keep watching this. I'm not going to just sit around wasting minutes watching this idiot waste his money. So I ended up leaving. and heading over to the other pit. And on my way there, I saw a small play. I played that, made like $2 on it, and so I ended my slot session down 85. Right now, I find another blackjack table, and this one's a better table. It has a beatable side bet, but it's only beatable for like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day. There's something about this side bet that's only temporarily beatable. And I've done a good job in the past on the side bet and made very good money on the side bet. And so I decided to go ahead and play. I sit down at this table. I buy in for 500, and I'm spreading from 50 to 300 on this table. And again, something similar happens. This is a different table, different limit. This guy comes to the table. I've got a running +9, probably 2.5 decks to go. The cut card is very deep, so I've got opportunities coming up. And he wants to sit down. He sits down, starts playing. I'm not even kidding you. He gets a blackjack the first 2 hands. Now, I wouldn't have gotten a blackjack, but he got a blackjack. So I'm like, this is just the way that my life goes sometimes. So this side bet is now beatable, right? For a limited time. I'm playing it. And by the way, before this ended, before I explained how they robbed me, I was ahead slightly on the side bet. Not much, but like $10 on the side bet, which is not bad considering it's $5 each hand to play the side bet. 10% of what I'm playing per hand minimum, right? So the way it works is when a new hand starts, the dealer is supposed to push the button to end the old hand and start the new hand. Right? That's how it knows that $5 more came from that spot, and it adds that to the jackpot, right? The new dealer comes, and he's not pushing the button. I'm like, sir, you're not pushing the button. Hey, it's okay. Hey, look, it's lit. It's lit. Don't worry. Everything's okay. I'm like, it's not okay. You're supposed to push end. Call the pit boss. He doesn't call. No, I know. Yeah, everybody knows everything, and everybody is still broke somehow. If you know everything, why are you still broke? Finally, the play is over. I had a 1 in 3 chance of hitting it. 1 in 3 chance of hitting a $500 payout. Somebody else gets it. All right? Now, let me give you an example here. There were 3 people playing it. 2 of them were at my table. The other person was not at my table. That means that person had a 100% chance of winning that jackpot. Is that fair? I call the pit boss over. I explain the situation. Pit boss gets angry with me. He's like, you're getting very loud. I wasn't getting very loud. I was very sensible, very calm, very understanding. Sir, I'm sorry. I tried to explain to this guy. He's like, right now, you're being very loud. I'm like, okay, I'll stand back here. You do whatever you want to do. I said at least 10 hands. The last 10 hands at least since he's been here, he hasn't put me in. He asked the dealer. He's like, no, it was only 8 hands. So the guy's like, give him back his $50. He gives me back my 50 plus 5 other ones that he was trying to give me earlier to shut me up. But I'm not about to keep that $5 and have a problem later on if they review the film. So I tipped him the $5 because it wasn't even really mine. I don't want to have a problem later. But I should have had a 1 in 3 chance, $167 EV that was going to pay out, and I knew it was going to pay out, and I knew which minute it was going to pay out, and I didn't get a piece of it because of this jerk. So that's how they robbed me. And I was ahead more money on this table, but I actually lost a couple bucks continuing to play, so I had that EV. So I ended up ahead $448 on that table, spreading from 50 to 300. I had the low for the session was -50. The high, I believe, was +550. So I mean, I didn't lose much, but and I was there for about 45 minutes. But the fact that this guy, think about how many people that he took money away from without knowing it. I mean, how many? He said he's been with the company for 7 years. I know for a fact that I've been coming here for over 4 years. And this play has been here, and he's probably been doing that for at least 4 years. So I mean, I hate that. I hate that all that money was taken away from people. But he's like, well, yeah, but I still paid him on like if this little $10 thing came in. I'm not playing for the stupid $10. The $10 is part of the negative EV chart that you have there. I'm playing for the positive EV. So anyway, whatever. Right now, I'm going to move on to another spot, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So just leaving this place, and actually, it was okay. I wasn't in here long because I got another meeting to head to here in the car. But I walk in, I'm looking around at machines, and I'm finding nothing anywhere. And I decide to go look at the blackjack area, and I see a machine, and it has a quarter in it, 25 cents. So I said, okay, I'm just going to grab that. It's good to have it. There's some reasons that you would want that when you're playing slots the way that we do, and some of you know what that is. It's nice to have that around, and it's also good cover when you go to a table and you want to look like everybody else. You want to look like a degenerate. So I take that voucher and I'm walking around with it, and I get to the table and buy in for, I had chips from before, so I bought in for a $500 chip and started playing, and lost it pretty quickly. Bought in for another 500 and played with that for a little while, and I ended up running pretty low on time, so I just ended up leaving because I've got about 10 minutes left until my meeting starts. So at the end of the shoe, I ended up walking away, and at that time I was ahead $400, so plus $400 there. And so I go to cash out, and I have a bunch of chips in my pocket from before, so I'm cashing out their limit without needing ID, just below their limit, because sometimes if they say their limit's 3,000 and you're doing 2,900, they're going to ask you anyway. So I'll be doing like 26 or 27, but I'm not going to do 3,000. So anyway, I cash that out. I'm getting ready to leave. Oh, I forgot I had this voucher for a quarter. I put the quarter in the machine, and it said, please take your change, and nothing came out. Now, you guys were with me about a year and a half ago in Vegas when it was like 65 cents, and I was not walking away without my money, right? Because it's my money, I'm keeping it. So I tell the security guard who's standing next to me, and he's like, oh yeah, I can call someone. I said, well, I guess the cashier is right there. I could just go to the cashier. He's like, yeah, why don't you do that? And I'll just stand here, he said, just so nobody else uses it in the meantime. I said, thank you, man. And so I go to the cashier, and I explain the situation. I'm like, it's not about the quarter. It is about the quarter. But I said, it's not about the quarter. It's, your machine might be out of change and then might not be paying a bunch of people money. That's their money. So I just wanted to let you know. She's like, all right, I can give you the quarter too. And I'm like, okay, that's nice of you. So she puts 25 cents on the counter. I take it. She's like, I just need you to sign this paper. And I knew that because this happened to me before. And I have a signature already made for my fake person that I use in casinos. So I signed that name on there. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. But yeah, and then I went over and talked to the security guard on my way out and thanked him and stuff. And I said, see, that quarter might come in handy, but the $200 I came in with, those didn't matter to me, obviously. I would waste them in a casino. And we both giggled like little girls. It was funny. So, yeah, man. I mean, I'm not going to waste, 15 minutes standing in line for it, but if the cashier is right there and they're able to pay me, give me my quarter. And so, yeah. So, to recap then, we ended up leaving that casino plus 400. And just a reminder, at the last casino, it was 2 different sessions, and the total was $783 on the blackjack. So we're over 1,000 on the blackjack today. We're up 100 and something on the slots today, and I'm going to pull over here in a minute, do my meeting, and then we'll continue on to another casino. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and right now I'm heading toward home because I do want to see my kids' sporting event. So just stopped at another casino on the drive back and walked in, looking around. It's getting kind of busy in there, but really I saw some APs in there, but not really that many people. There were very few plays. I was in for a total of $5. I had two small plays, and the first one I lost $1 on. Second one I made some money, and between the two plays I ended up leaving ahead $51, and I had some free food which I used to get some candy bars, which I like to keep in the car in case the kids are hungry or they've got something going on, they need a quick boost, or if I have nowhere to stop to eat and I want to keep moving, then I may have a candy bar. So bought some of those, got those in the car now. Looking back at my work schedule and everything looks good, everything is clean, and I should not have anything else to do for work the rest of the day other than appear on the screen so people can see me. So that's what's going on right now. The weather is a lot better. It's 45 degrees right now. There's very little rain, like a light mist coming down. The roads look good. Traffic is pretty heavy though, and I'm just heading toward home right now. We'll see how things go. And my wife told me if I can't make it, she could make it, but I've got like 3 hours before I'm going to know what's happening. So I'm going to sit back and relax right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. I got my sunroof open now, my moonroof. So what just happened here? It is 77 degrees here. We're talking about 32 degrees difference just in the last couple hours. That's unbelievable. So obviously that storm was centralized to where I was, and it didn't hit here, so all that is good. I just stopped for fuel again. Got that, and right now I am heading on to the sporting event. Still have wrapping up work right now, it looks like, too, so I can get this PC turned off. And it looks like I'm going to make it to the event about 15 minutes after it starts, which means it would have just started by the time I get there with all the stuff that they do before it. So everything is good, making it on time, everything is wonderful. And so far today, I think I did pretty well. I think, I'm not really paying attention to it, but +2, +5, +1,000, 14, about +13 something, maybe 1,400. So you got to love that. Good day. Tomorrow is going to be a bigger day. Tomorrow is going to be a confusing day. It's going to be a lot of meetings, a lot of stuff going on. So tonight, when I get home, I'm going to do a lot of work and focus on the job. And then another thing I wanted to tell you about is I got an offer from a local bank that if I open a bank account with them and just deposit $1,000 with them, that I would get a $400 bonus as long as I put in $1,000 within the first 30 days. Might be within the first 90, but whatever it is, I funded it with $1,500, and it said it was going to take like a week for the money to clear. Finally, it was time for it to clear. I go in to look at it, and it says, we're sorry, you can't access your account. Please try again in a few moments. And it did that for about a week. So I called the bank a little bit ago, and I said, what's going on? And they're like, oh, let me transfer you. So after a couple transfers, I got to a guy, and he's like, oh yeah, it looks like the money got sent back to your bank. Why did it get sent back to my bank? Oh, let me transfer you. So he transferred me to a fourth person, and they couldn't tell me why. So I am going to look for one of these branches and in the next couple days and just deposit the money just in cash, and then that'll all be taken care of. I'll wait for the free money to hit, and then I'll close the account. But so far I can tell you I'm not sold on this bank. As far as their online presence is awful. Their online help is simply just a bot, and if the bot can't answer the question, they have no one to transfer you to, and they just tell you to call a phone number. You call the phone number, they ask for your social, They ask for your name, they ask for your address, they ask for your zip code, and then they transfer you, and the next person asks you for all that again. So definitely would never stay with this bank, but I'll take the free $400 Renos. So that's what's happening right now. Heading to the sporting event, and then spending time with the family after that, and then doing my work, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. What did you eat today, MW? Not very much. That is the answer. Not very much. I ate some vegetables today, and that's all I had so far today. And what did you tip today, MW? And that's actually interesting, because here's the deal. When I had a problem with that dealer, he wanted me to shut up, so he threw a red chip at me, which is $5, and I left it at the table. I didn't want to pick it up and then have surveillance see it and have it be a problem, and then next time I come in, there's an issue. So I just left it on the table, and then when the pit boss came over and told him to give me $50, which I was okay with, even though my EV was triple that, we don't want to rehash all that. When he gave me the $50, I put that chip back on the table. I tossed it at him like a tip. Consider it whatever you want to consider it. I gave that chip back. So they gave me the $50. I kept that. It's either a $5 tip or not taking his bribe to go away and not get him in trouble. So I'm definitely very frustrated about that situation, but there's nothing I can do about it at this point. Just going forward, I got to keep an eye on these jokers, make sure they do their job right. And maybe after they do their job right and I make a lot of money, maybe then I'll be willing to give them a real tip. But that's going to be it for now, guys. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.